The Revised Romanization of Korean is the official Korean language romanization system in South Korea proclaimed by Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, replacing the older McCune Reischauer system. The new system eliminates diacritics in favor of digraphs and adheres more closely to Korean phonology than to a suggestive rendition of Korean phonetics for non-native speakers. The revised romanization limits itself to only the ISO basic Latin alphabet. It was developed by the National Academy of the Korean Language from 1995 and was released to the public on July 7, 2000, by South Korea's Ministry of Culture and Tourism in Proclamation No. 2002-8. The proclamation cites the following reasons for the new system: it promotes consistent romanization by native Korean speakers by better transcribing important language characteristics. It reduces the confusion caused by frequent omission of apostrophes and diacritics. It rationalizes the Korean language with a plain ASCII text of Internet domain names. Features. Notable features of the revised romanization system are as follows. I and I1/4 are written as digraphs with two vowel letters, EO and U, respectively. However, A is written as O and descent is written as E. Unlike McCune Reischauer, aspirated consonants have no apostrophe, K, T, P, CH. Their unaspirated counterparts are written with letters that are voiced in English, G, D, B, J. However, all consonants that are pronounced as unreleased stops are written as K, T, P, with no regard to their morphophonemic value, E squared 1/2 a biok, E degree a back, E paragraph euro I, A buiok. A is always written as S before vowels and semi-vowels. There is no sh. A to the first is a before a vowel or a semi-vowel, and L everywhere else, EIA real, I squared IAQ1, Ishi permel E alangdo, E degree O A bali. Just like in McCune Reischauer, A is written L whenever pronounced as a lateral rather than as a nasal consonant, i.e. 1/4 E paragraph E labuk do. In addition, it contains special provisions for regular phonological rules that makes exceptions to transliteration. Other rules and recommendations include the following: A- may optionally disambiguate syllables, E degree euro A gayul versus E degree Oisha gayal. However, few official publications make use of this provision, since actual instances of ambiguity among names are rare. A hyphen must be used in linguistic transliterations, where it denotes syllable initial I, ish micron E currency iopsiosumda, I am registered trademark E micron O A gugyo, I degree A yogi. It is permitted to hyphenate syllables in the given name, following common practice. Certain phonological changes, ordinarily indicated in other contexts, are ignored in names, to better disambiguate between names, E degree I am registered trademark E a ganghong rip or ganghong rip. IOA cube micron E a hanboknam or hanboknam. Administrative units are hyphenated from the place name proper, E degree I E a gangwon-do. One may omit terms a euro are such as EO, E micron degree, IA euro I permil I degree 1/2 E micron degree a Pyeongchang gun or Pyeongchang, I permil I degree 1/2 I a Pyeongchang up or Pyeongchang. However, names for geographic features and artificial structures are not hyphenated. I degree a Shoraksan, I Haensa, capitalize proper nouns. Usage. Similarly to several European languages that have undergone spelling simplifications, the revised romanization is not expected to be adopted as the official romanization of Korean family names, and few people have voluntarily adopted it. According to a 2009 study by the National Institute of the Korean Language based on 63,351 applications for South Korean passports during the year 2007, for each of the three most common surnames Kim, Lee, and Park, fewer than 2% of applicants asked that their surname be romanized in their passport using the respective revised romanization spelling Jim, I, or Back. Given names and commercial names are encouraged to change, but it is not required. All Korean textbooks were required to comply with the new system by February 28, 2002. English-language newspapers in South Korea initially resisted the new system, citing its flaws, though all later gave in to government pressure. The Korea Times was the last major English-language newspaper to do so. It switched in May 2006 to the Revised Romanization. North Korea continues to use a version of the McCune Reischauer system of romanization, which was in official use in South Korea from 1984 to 2000. Transcription rules. Vowel letters consonant letters a plus or minus, a, and a to the first are usually transcribed as G, D, B, and A when appearing before a vowel, and as K, T, P, and L when followed by another consonant or when appearing at the end of a word. Special provisions. The Revised Romanization transcribes certain phonetic changes that occur with combinations of the ending consonant of a character and the initial consonant of the next, for example Honjuka Hangugyo. The significant changes are highlighted. Phonetic changes between syllables in given names are not transcribed, i.e. 1/4 a jung sakmin or jung sokmin, I micron oa to the first e a chobitna or chobitna. Phonological changes are reflected where a plus or minus, a, and a are adjacent to ai cent e cubed a joko, currency a nota, a euro a jafio, e cubed dissection euro unchi. However, aspirated sounds are not reflected in case of nouns where a follows a plus or minus, a, and a muko, I section iio iphone jian. See also, Romaja, list of Korea-related topics. References. External links, Romanization of Korean from the National Institute of Korean Language, online Revised Romanization Input Method Editor, Software Online, Lexilogos Words Converter Hangul Latin Alphabet, Culture Ministry sets guideline for romanizing Korean names.